Happy Friday, folks, as we take a live look outside. Comerica Park all lit up at this hour, and, you know, definitely a sign that baseball's right around the corner. Obviously, spring training in action, but that home opener will be here before you know it, and it's going to feel more like baseball weather today. We're starting off in the 30s, but we have 60s on tap this afternoon. 35 in Detroit, 35 in Ann Arbor, 36 in Pontiac, 37 in Monroe to start your day. East-northeasterly winds around 5 miles per hour will be shifting out of the southeast today, and that takes us well into the 60s. So your bus stop forecast for this final day of the work and school week will be in the 30s come pick up. So kids need that extra layer, but certainly something that they can get rid of this afternoon as we rise into the upper 60s come drop off. 68 for that afternoon high. Now, it will be paired with some cloud cover, little breeze. Those gusts will be around 20 miles per hour, but not strong enough that you need to hold onto your hats per se. Now, that'll be a different story come tomorrow. But first tonight, 54 degrees for the overnight low. Chance for some rain and a few embedded thunderstorms. Wind gusts picking up to 25 miles per hour at that point. But then we're in the 40 mile per hour range by tomorrow. There is a severe weather risk as we head into tonight. The biggest threat, level 4 on a 5-level scale from St. Louis towards Omaha and even a little bit farther south as you get into that southern tip of Illinois. But we have a marginal risk in southwest lower Michigan and a non-severe risk here. And we're going to time all this out for you. But I do want to show you that that marginal risk shifts to southeastern Michigan on Saturday. And so that's going to be from just south of Port Huron through Mount Clemens, over at Metro Airport, Grosse Ile, and throughout Monroe County. Not as much worried about a tornadic threat, but we could have some damaging wind gusts. Can't rule out hail with a couple embedded thunderstorms, and flooding might be an issue given that we're going to be picking up anywhere from probably 1 to 2 inches of rain. Here's the projected totals through the weekend. So it's going to be a wet weekend, but not necessarily a washout because we will get some breaks. So if you're trying to get maybe a run in through the weekend, taking the dog outside, kids outside, there will be windows to do that. But tomorrow, 72 for the afternoon high. Showers and storms, but with that warmth comes windy and wet conditions. Wind gusts will be in that 40 mile per hour range, specifically into the afternoon. So about 20 to 30 miles per hour in the morning, and then we're going to be 40, 45 mile per hour wind gusts into the afternoon, possibly even lingering into the early evening. So timing out the rain for you. We will see that rain arrive as we head into the early part of Saturday. So Saturday, I've set the clock at 8 o'clock, maybe a few heavy downpours, but pretty widespread, I'd say. But by 10, 10:30, a lot of that's out of here. So that's not going to be sticking around all morning long. You see, here's that lull. So we have a break throughout the day. But by 7 p.m., this is what's going to be the interesting component. Will it brush the east side as we have a couple stronger cells that develop there? And if that shifts just a smidge west, that will clip the east side. Rain starts to develop as we go into the overnight Saturday, and that's going to take us into Sunday morning. Now, a more broad view of another model keeps that rain a bit heavier come Sunday morning, but pushes it out by the afternoon hours. So just note we could be contending with some of that for the St. Patrick's Day parade in downtown Detroit Sunday. Otherwise, Monday, we're drying out for St. Patty's Day. Back in the 60s Tuesday and Wednesday. First day of spring's Thursday, and just, you know, in Michigan fashion, we have a chance for rain changing to snow for the first day of spring.
Ashlee?
Yeah, they had to have a pretty spectacular lens there. I was with my cell phone trying to take a picture knowing that it was going to be blurry, but it was a really beautiful sight out there. And it's going to be a nice day. We're past the eclipse, but we are warming things up. We'll start with sunshine, but clouds will be rolling in throughout the day. 37 is where we sit here in Detroit, 36 in Ann Arbor, 35 in Pontiac, 37 in Monroe, with an easterly wind around 5 miles per hour that'll shift out of the south today, and that's going to take us well into the 60s. In fact, we get pretty close to 70 today. We'll call it mostly cloudy by the afternoon, but 68 for the afternoon high. A breeze that could gust around 20 miles per hour, so not overly gusty, but it will be come tomorrow. So tonight, 54, there is a chance for some rain, maybe a few embedded non-severe storms. Winds are picking up, and then we will have even warmer temperatures tomorrow, but it will come with wet and windy conditions. So severe risk for tonight. Worth showing you a broader view because check out down into southern Illinois through Missouri, including St. Louis off towards Omaha, a level 4 on a 5-level scale when it comes to a severe risk. That level 1 marginal risk clips southwestern lower Michigan for tonight, but that shifts to southeastern Michigan by tomorrow. So we're talking just south of Port Huron through Mount Clemens, Detroit, Metro Airport, Grosse Ile, and all of Monroe County under that level 1 risk where gusty damaging winds would be the primary threat. I'm not going to rule out maybe a little bit of ponding and pooling just because we're looking at some heavier rainfall. And there's the possibility for hail, not as much a possibility for tornadic activity, but the rainfall forecast could be upward of 1.5 inches in some spots over the course of the entire weekend. So it will be wet, but not a washout. Tomorrow we start with some rain, we'll have a lull, and then we have the potential for some storms in the evening. 72 for the afternoon high, but let's not skip over the fact we are going to be dealing with really gusty conditions, 40 to 45 mile per hour gusts into the afternoon. So hold on to your hats Saturday. Here's the timeline of the rain. I'll stop the clock between about 8 and 9 a.m. and that's where we will be looking at some widespread showers pushing across the area from west to east. So by 10:30, a lot of that's out of here. You might get a little isolated shower, but mainly dry until the evening. And then 7 p.m., this model picking up some of these storms just east of us. And so if that pushes a hair west, that's going to clip the east side throughout the evening. More rain starts to develop as we get closer to midnight into Sunday morning, and that's going to take over some of the area heading into your Sunday morning. This model come early Sunday morning has that rain a bit heavier, but the timeline's still the same. Pushes this whole system out going into the afternoon. And so Sunday afternoon will be drier, but we hit our high temperature early with tumbling temperatures in the wake of this front throughout the day on Sunday. So a huge difference from Saturday to Sunday's temperatures. You see it right here. 72 for the high Saturday. Our high Sundays early at 53. By the time you are waking up Monday morning, we'll be on either side of 30. I wouldn't be surprised if some of the suburbs fall even into the 20s come Monday morning. For St. Patrick's Day, 50, partly cloudy. We're back in the 60s, though, by the middle of next week. First day of spring is Thursday, and we will be not just in the 40s, but we could see some rain change to snow on the first day of spring as well. Darnell?